G'day and welcome to Aussie Vision. I'm Dale.
And g'day, I'm Mike.
And Mike, our weekly show is all about a lot of national finals, particularly of this morning. There was 11 on at the same time, or about 9 on about the same time. Busy morning.
Pointy end of the season, so we're getting some results, which is exciting.
Indeed, we had 4 songs today, and we're going to get through those very quickly. Now, we were up at 3 a.m. for Istilau in Estonia. Chat us through that.
Well, it was quite the show, wasn't it? Quite quirky, even by Estonian standards. What did you think of the show?
I think overall it was good. I thought the song quality overall was good without being outstanding, maybe. The cartoons.
That was one of the talking points, wasn't it? The terrific animations.
It certainly brought the weird to Istilau, which it desperately needed. Apparently they were from like the 90s or something.
Oh, okay.
A bit of they're coming back. I don't know. It was a bit odd, and there were some unusual things with moose.
Yes, there was sort of some amorous mooses, a fairly bird with anger management issues or something. Obviously, we don't speak Estonian, but it would have been good to know.
And a couple of older women who maybe need a bra fitting at some stage.
Exactly. I have to say, with the show overall, Istilau is probably heading more mainstream and has over the last few years. Certainly followed that direction once again, I felt.
Yeah, definitely. It was a good, solid show.
It was. Well, they did have a winner. Let's have a listen. We have Victor Crone with Storm.
We're still safe and sound. A storm like this can break a man like this. And when it all comes down, we'll be safe and sound.
Well, Victor took the victory. He saw off Uku and Stefan in the super final from third in the running order. What do you think? Because I know his results were pretty close.
Yeah, look, I mean, let's just say straight away, his vocal was a lot better this time round. And I wasn't overly surprised to see him win because of that. However, the international jury, which was a bit of a hodgepodge of weirdos,
exactly.
No, apologies to anyone there. He came not second last, 9th out of the 12th. Only got 2 points from the international jury.
They tried to bury him.
He got buried because it's a very simple song. The chorus uses 5 notes, up and down, basically. So I can understand why he did do badly with them. But he won the televote, and he came equal third. You had to make the top 3 to get through, and he got through on the televote. People could have got 1 point here and there. Sissy tied for second and third and got third with the jury. If she'd won on count back, we would not have Victor as a winner, and it would have been Uku. It all came down to literally like 1 jury point. Yeah. Super close.
Yeah, definitely. I think Uku would be spewing a bit, to be honest.
Yeah.
It was a much improved performance, I think, from Victor. His vocal during that chorus in particular, much stronger, whether they helped with a bit of backing vocal or something. But I think overall, for me, that's the best package they could have sent.
Yeah, even though I probably preferred a couple of others, when you look at it and go, what has got the best chance, it's probably this song. People seem to like it. I think any of the songs would have been buried by the juries, and so you may as well pick the more popular one with the televote.
Yeah, fair enough. Let's move south of the border, shall we? Let's go to Latvia. Let's go to Supernova. What do we think of their show?
They talk a lot.
I was going to say, for 8 acts, they do a lot of talking, don't they? Jeez.
They really do. They really need to tighten that up a little bit.
Staging-wise, etc., I thought it was fairly simple studio sort of performance.
Yeah, they always do a pretty good job, Supernova. I do enjoy watching the performances, and I think it was a really open field this year with really different kind of genres in there compared to an Estonia. So we really didn't have any idea until the end, though we did predict the winner.
We did, and let's talk about the winner. It was Carousel with That Night.
So blue. Love, where are you? Love, I need you. Love, all night through. Where are you, my love?
First with the jury, second with the televote. What did you think of their performance and their song?
It was amazing. I think we've mentioned before, particularly in our YouTube video recently, that we loved what they brought to the TV performance. It was a TV performance.
It was.
Beautiful, soft, enchanting country song, and it kind of gave something a bit of a calm after the storm, sweeping angles, keeping the movement going. Otherwise, if you just watch them, this would have had no chance. It did much better in the televote, but when you watched it in those 8 songs, and there's a couple of people band head-to-head, couple of solo males, it's the one that stood out. And I think that standout factor is it was the best song for them to send. I really like it. I'm really glad it won. I think it was a fine choice by Latvia.
Yeah, I agree with that. Normally, this is not the sort of song I would say, send to a competition because it's going to stand out. There's something about it is quite enchanting, and I think the way they perform it and the way particularly the female vocalist performs it, she really emotes and it catches your attention. It's going to have a point of difference in Tel Aviv. It's not going to be bells and whistles and fireworks.
No.
It's going to have something different. I think there's an authenticity with this that I really, really like. And I think it stood out on the night. It really, really did.
Yeah, I mean, we do have to say poor Marcus.
I know.
Marcus Riva going for his, I think, 6th time in it, came second. For the second time, he's come second.
Yeah.
But he was quite far off in the end. In the end, we expected it to really be like everyone about 5 points, but Carousel won quite comfortably, and he kind of finished the best of the rest.
He did. Second for him. Lame came third.
Yes.
And one of our favourites, Edgar's Krallis, 6th place this time.
Yeah, it kind of was just a bit midfield on both, so unfortunately that's not great for you at a competition like this. But hopefully he comes back with a better song maybe in a couple of years.
Definitely. Let's go to Slovenia. EMA was on this morning. Let's talk about their show. What do you reckon of theirs? I liked it.
I really liked it. Great production values, a lot of great use of stage and LEDs, a dancing robot, very electronic. It felt very modern.
It is. It seems like it's aimed at the youth market in Slovenia. Got to say something with the host. She seems hyperactive. Like even when she does her talk to the camera, she's moving around and stuff. I'm like, stay still. You're making me anxious.
Yeah, there's a lot of things going on actually. Yeah. So maybe they could come down just a little bit.
Yeah. It was a very colourful show. Really enjoyed it. Let's talk about their winner. We have Zala Kralje and Gaspar Chantil with Sebi. Well, saw off Raven in the super final, 72.89% of the vote. That's huge.
It really is. First of all, well done on the pronunciation. I must give that to you.
Probably got it completely wrong.
No, it sounded right anyway. Look, this is a really kind of like pleasant, contemporary, almost hipster vibey electro song. It's not like contemporary in a radio sense. It's almost quite indie electro. And they've got really good chemistry, and I really like watching them probably for the first minute and a half. And they use the LED very well, but it did struggle to hold my attention for the 3 minutes. Yeah. I will say that.
Fair enough, I agree. Nice electro-pop song, this one. Really, really nice. The simplicity with theirs worked in their performance. Having said that, it's too simple, and when they get to the contest, they're going to need to change. She just can't stare at him singing and then him touch her occasionally. I mean, it was great. I loved them wearing the white and the LEDs and everything worked for this little performance. But when you get to the big running with the big dogs, this has to sort of get a bit more wow. But I really, really like it. I mean, let's talk about Raven's performance, probably the other end of the scale. Bold, brash. I mean, what a serve. She always gives a serve, you know.
She does, yeah.
And, you know, wonderful dance routine. That song was really quite something. Cows.
Cows.
Thought she was singing about cows for a moment.
Stunning.
Cows.
Yeah.
But, look, they saw her off pretty easily. And to be honest, I see why.
Yeah, I think when you get down to a super final, so the jury picked the top two. It was head to head, and I think, you know, the duo were much more of a safer bet, even though they were still a bit quirky and different. Yep. She was out there. It was structurally really unusual. Probably something I'd remember more. However, I think that's all you'd see. There's no changing that. That's it, of whatever song that was. With the duo, I think they can definitely just do some minor tweaks and really elevate that performance. The second half, if they just have a little bit of movement of them, I think there is a potential to use LED really well with it. I like that it's there. I think it's a really nice style to have in the competition. No,
definitely agree there. Let's go off to Croatia. Dora happened this morning. We didn't get really to see much of their show, did we? And there's not too many clips on YouTube at this point either.
No, we had to go kind of searching for it. I believe you had to create an account to watch, and that is, on a morning like this, was way too hard. But we did catch up with it. We had a winner, didn't we?
We did, and the winner was Rocco with The Dream.
To arise and say, I dream of love. You
the Jacques Udex written and mentored young man. What did you think of the Dream with his angel wings?
Well, yeah, angel wings. Which were look, it worked. It was a bit naff, but it did work. He's very good vocally, even though maybe some of it can be a bit piercing at times. But I think that can be calmed down a lot. Very impressive vocal for a young guy. He is still only a teenager, I believe, off the top of my head. The song itself does feel about, I would say 10 years ago.
Yeah.
Very good song 10 years ago. But he performed the hell out of it. I can see why it won. I did like Tower of Babylon, but I feel when I watched the two of them, they're both dated, and I think he just did a better vocal and overall performance.
Yeah, it's almost a little musical theatre-esque for me, this song. Almost, it's bordering on that. It is a bit dated. He's got a big voice, and there's some big notes in this song, which he seems to do pretty well.
Yeah.
Having said that, sometimes when he's hitting those notes repeatedly, it feels like a wall of noise coming at me. But, that's the song. That's the song he's been given. He certainly can perform it. Look, I didn't mind the staging. It was fairly simple and worked for the song. So
it's a national final.
Exactly.
So there's, nothing wrong with that. He had his wings on. I mean, it is worth saying that the composers included Jacques Hudek, who represented Croatia in 2017, both of him. And also, one of the writers from Rise Like a Phoenix is also on this track. Charlie Mason, indeed. Thank you for reminding me. Look, I think there's some songwriters behind here, but I feel like it's not of 2019.
I still wouldn't write it off making the final, though. I've got to say that when it gets to Eurovision.
Yeah, look, it's definitely not a shoe-in or a fallout.
No, definitely not. All right, let's move on to what happened during the week. We had another song reveal from Finland and Darude, song number 2, Superman.
Yeah,
should we have a little listen?
I actually don't mind this song. I think this is actually a lot better than last week. I think there's something to work with there. I think this is something that'll go off a little bit more. And overall, just a much better package.
Yeah, I agree. This sounds more like a Eurovision anthem when we get to the chorus, etc. I can kind of see this on stage. So, big improvement on last week's one. We'll see what they dish up for the third. But I think this is definitely the front runner for me so far.
If this goes, there's no issue from Finland in terms... It's okay.
Sounds very Darude.
Yes.
Let's talk about who else happened throughout the week. Poland announced their artist, Tulia, will be performing 4-member vocal group.
Yes.
Bit folky, modern.
They will dress in like traditional garb.
Yeah, I do love the quote from the official Eurovision page. The band combine a characteristic style of singing with modern music production.
Oh.
That's it.
There's not much we know about them.
Basically, they don't know anything about them either, I think. Interested to see what they dish up.
Yeah.
Let's head off to Greece. They announced their artist, Katarine Duska, the Canadian-Greek singer. Apparently she more known for indie pop stuff.
Okay.
And will be singing in a foreign language, which we assume is English.
Oh,
yes.
Yeah, of course. I was like, what, Greek? No, hang on. Unless she sings in French, she's Canadian.
God.
That'd be
out
interesting.
there.
That'd be weird.
Greece singing with a French song.
I like seeing Canadian in there, and actually they're going to be broadcasting again. We don't know if it's live or delayed, but we always like to see Canada, our friends over there, getting to watch the contest.
Yes, we do. Israel also selected their participant, Kobe Marimi. He won the next star. He was voted out in the quarterfinal stage.
Oh.
Yeah, but was brought back by the juries with a wild card, or a lifesaver as they call it.
Oh, God, righto.
He's got the ticket. He seems to have more of a theatrical background, big voice.
Okay.
It's very difficult to find anything on YouTube about the Israeli. They're very tight with their copyright stuff. One thing to mention, he did beat out Shefita, who came third. She's a Jewish singer who has been accused of appropriating Arab language and Arab accents, etc. So I think they dodged a bullet by getting him, to be honest.
Holy moly.
Yes,
wow.
she did cause quite a bit of controversy, but we've got Kobe.
Thank
Let's go
God.
with
All
him.
I know about him, he's 190 centimetres tall.
Oh, he's going to be one of the biggest people.
He looks very tall.
If Jon-Henrik Fjallgren makes it, hopefully they don't have to stand next to each other
that
at
would
the
be
photo
very...
shoot.
Yes, indeed.
Speaking of him, let's go to our semi-finals and things that happen in heats.
Nice segue, Michael.
Thank you. Let's
Yeah.
go to Sweden.
Yes.
We watched Mello this morning from Leksand. What did you think of the show?
I think we raised the quality from last week, but still nowhere near the quality of the first semi-final for sure. Overall, good show. Very tight to kind of pick who was going to get second to sixth, basically, I think.
Yeah, totally agree. Well, let's talk about who went direct to final. We had Jon-Henrik Fjallgren with his song Norsken. What do you think of that one? He sang to a moose. That was quite nice.
There was a lot of moose action this morning.
There was. There was a lot of moose.
There was a lot of moose. Now, I liked elements of this song. I've been a big fan of him in the past. Should have gone in 2017. That's one of the greatest national final songs of all time. Now, there was something just a little bit, I don't know, like Sound of Music in the Hills about this. It didn't feel very authentic in the Hills. It felt like a Disney version or something.
Okay.
I didn't buy a lot of what he was selling. He wasn't really singing the chorus. He was just doing his bits. Some other people were singing that we can't see because there were dancers. So how does it actually work? Because he had 4 dancers, and obviously backing vocals need to happen there at some point. So I'm not getting a sense of what this would actually look like at Eurovision. However, I thought it brought that mountain staging well. Like, I liked his staging.
Yeah, there was a fair bit of backing track getting used in there, wasn't there? I've got to say, I do like it. I'm not blown away. And I'm a little disappointed by that, unfortunately. But we'll see. I have to say, when he did the reprise, I quite enjoyed it more than I did the first time. So, who knows? A couple more watches, I might really, really get on board with this one.
I can't see this winning now. I really thought he might have a chance from the big talk-up, but I don't think he will.
Kind of agree with you there. One you did get very excited about was Lena Headland with her song Victorious.
Look, this is right up my alley. It is dated, generic, basically every element of a Swedish song the last 20 years thrown into one song, sung by someone from Alcazar. I bought everything she was selling. I thought the chorus was actually fantastic. I thought she performed the hell out of it, and she's probably had one of the best use of the circle, which is a very hard prop to use, I think, for a lot of the music, because it looks like she's going to be sucked into a vortex, but used it very well. I was very happy it got through.
You were. I think she was pretty happy as well. You're right. It is Scandi pop all rolled into one with a bit of Schlager kind of stuff
it's
in
just
there.
everything going on.
It was everything, and I'm so glad she made the direct final. Let's talk about the Anderhansens. We had Martin Stenmark. What did you think of him in that awful blouse?
Yeah, look, I think I quite didn't mind the song, but I was so distracted by what he was wearing.
Oh, awful.
And I felt like there wasn't something brought to the stage. I would like to see him something much more masculine, because I feel it's like quite a manly man ballad. And he's a manly man-looking dude. Like, sell that and sing that well, and don't ever wear that again.
Yeah, that
burn it.
See-through thing.
Burn it in Jon Hendrik's fire,
Exactly.
now.
Yeah, I agree. I can't say it's the greatest song, but it certainly stuck out to me. Like, he performed it very well. It was pretty simple staging, but,
I think he was lucky to get through.
Yeah, to be honest, I kind of agree with you. And then the last one was Rebecca Karlsson. She, her song, she was in tears in her postcard, so I was a little bit worried when they got to the voting, but she did get through.
Yeah, she's very likeable, very young woman, wearing braces, you're going to get some televote there already. I liked her song, and I liked her vocal. I think her voice needs a few years to mature, and I think she would have smashed it more. But it was a really competent performance, and I found myself liking it more than I expected it to.
There were certainly some elements in that song, wasn't there, that were quite good. I wasn't so confident it was going to get through. You kind of did think it was, and she did. So good luck to her in the Anderhansen.
Yeah, I think she's probably not going to get through further.
Yeah, I can't see either of them, to be honest. Well, we'll see. We'll talk about Mello next in our next segment. Let's go on to Portugal. We have the Festival de Canção, semi-final 1.
Yep.
All right, let's talk about who won the semi-final. It was Mate and Prefrito. What did you think of this?
Look, he's a very good performer, and I think there was a lot of presence there, and he sung it very well.
But
but it's a Disney song.
Oh my God.
It really is.
Yeah.
And I feel like when you talk to Portuguese fans, and Portugal generally vote for something that's a little more authentic, and I think there was a better song of that kind of more, I guess, non-Portuguese sounding, more generic than this. So I was a little confused, but hey, he came first in the jury and second in the
televote.
So the Portuguese people spoke.
All right, we're going to skip over the second one because we'll come back to that in a tick. Kalema with Adois, what did you think of the boys? This was our pick of the whole studios.
This was great. I think this sounded quite Scandi in a way actually, with a Portuguese twist. They performed fantastic. They looked great. If this was in Memphis, it would have gone probably direct to finale. It was great, and I was surprised it probably finished a bit further down.
I'm a bit stuck with this one because I really love this. I think it's fantastic. I think this is pretty much ready to go to Eurovision, just with a bit of decent staging. But it's not really traditional kind of Festival de Canção.
No, it's not
Portugal.
at all. Yeah.
And here I can't slag off on, Matai for not being Portuguese, and then I'm sort of gushing over this.
I guess...
You know what I mean?
But I think if you're going to go between one of the two, I just kind of go, well, why did you go for Matai with that Disney rip-off compared to something that was like a Swedish rip-off that works very well? So to me...
I thought the boys were fantastic from Kalema. I really think with the right kind of staging, that I think you're sailing through to the Eurovision final, and who knows from there. Let's go to fourth. It was Ana Claudia with Energia. She got put through by the juries, basically, because the televote didn't give her much. I don't think we need to worry about her too much.
No, she got through.
Let's go back to who came second. This is the big talking one.
Huge talking point.
Let's have a listen, and then we'll come back to it. It's Conan Osiris with Telemóveis.
Eu vou tirar minhas gatas, vou estragar o telemóvel. Eu vou partir o telemóvel. O teu e o meu eu vou estragar o telemóvel. Eu quero viver e escangalhar o telemóvel.
Well, when we did our assessments of the studios, somebody didn't put this in their top 10. I had it as third. We saw it this morning. You were quite outspoken about this one previously. What did you think, though?
I did previously say this was awful. I don't know what the fans are going on about. If it was another country, no one paid any attention to it. I watched it this morning. It was really good. It was really good. Look, I think it's a live performance piece, and there was performance art about it, and I didn't find his vocal as off-putting. I felt like it was almost, like, weirdly to say, toned down compared to the studio.
You thought his Hannibal Lecter mask was toned down?
I don't think the stage. I think his voice. There was times in the studio where I'm like, this is grating on my ears, and I never felt like that this morning. But also, I'm being distracted by amazing dance moves and a death drop, and it was really, really well done. And I couldn't take my eyes off it. It's not my favourite still. I still think there is a lot of hype around it. However, my eyes are starting to be open to it, I will admit. Yeah,
look, I got to say, I quite enjoyed the live performance. You've got to be careful with this not to overdo it and become pretentious tripe. I thought him, the one dancer, and the two sort of subdued backing vocalists in the back, that's it.
Yes.
Did you even notice the LEDs in the background? There was roses and stuff like this.
Oh, I didn't even see that.
There we go, because you're just so transfixed on those two. One thing I will say, please find him some black shoes, because that is really bugging me, that he's wearing those colourful trainers. Maybe it's part of the performance
There's obviously
piece.
something... I was going to bring up the sneakers, because that's... I don't think that's going to change. I think that's very something about it. I'm sure there's a message there.
Probably.
I think it looks ridiculous, but, I thought the song was ridiculous, so don't listen to me.
Yeah, look, I've got to say, well, looking at the results as well, televote, he came first. Not so impressed the jury, fourth. But look, it doesn't matter. He's through to the final. I think he's going to be a very good chance of winning this.
He should, and I can't believe I'm saying this, but wake up to yourself, Portuguese jury. You've got to probably send this.
Yeah, probably.
Probably.
All right, we'll see what happens in next week's semi-final. Let's go off to Ukraine with Vidber in their second semi-final.
Yes.
Before we start with any of the acts, let's talk about the interval act.
Yes.
From Czech Republic, Late Malawi. What did we think?
Well, I loved it. I was very, very, very impressed. I thought his vocal was great. I thought the way they dressed and the colour used behind them was really good. I thought they gave great energy. Jamala couldn't sit down. She was a little bit annoying, but We always think that about Jamal.
Oh, stop it, you really
But
are.
overall, like I was very impressed, and it went up a couple of spots in my songs.
Yeah, I thought it was a fun little performance from them. It was very sparse, let's face it. It was just the three of them spread out across the stage. Look, it raised the level of the song for me. I can't say I'm a massive fan of this song, but that performance was better than expected. And I actually was quite taken by the lead singer. He came across well on camera, and he actually sang the song very, very well. So if they can get their staging correct, rather than just jumping up and down with your arm in the air, you probably a real chance to actually advance their Czech Republic.
Yeah, I
So-
really think so. Yep.
Yeah, so I thought that went well. Let's talk about who won the second semi-final in Vidber. It was Freedom Jazz, Cupidon. What did you think of that performance?
Yeah, look, there's a lot of swingy, like it's a swing style, and there's a lot of these songs at national finals this year, and this has probably been the best one. I felt like there was a little bit more of a modern twist, even though I would have liked seen a little bit more from the chorus. I thought their staging was amazing. I mean, if you can pull off, this woman, the lead singer, is heavily pregnant.
Yes.
Like, about to drop.
Get the boiling water and clean towels at
Yeah,
any
in the
moment.
final,
like-
be careful. But she uses it as a prop in her dancing. Like, seriously, it's amazing. We're going to put a YouTube list in the notes, so go and watch it.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Yeah, I thought it was a really good sassy performance from these ladies. Not my kind of music, to be honest.
No.
I find it a little bit... blech. But look, they clearly won. 8 points from the jury, 8 points from the televote for a total of 16. Yep. Waltzed through to the final.
And 8 points is the top you can get in,
Oh, wow.
in that
I
competition.
didn't ever know that.
Yeah.
There you go. Let's talk about the second, Anna Maria with My Road. Not so good with the jury's fifth. Televote 7 points.
Yeah, look, it was a good performance. I like their staging. I think they're twins.
Yeah.
They looked good. The song was okay. I can see why it got through, but not my cup of tea.
Not my cup of tea. Nice vocals. Not much of a song. And then also equal second was Kazka with Apart. I'll start with this one. I really enjoyed this. I thought the staging was really good. I think the song, even though it's not like stick in your mind memorable, has quite an Eastern sort of mystic vibe to it, but while still being modern. So I really did enjoy this. I think this is a bit of a chance, I think.
Yeah, look, I think it struggled with the scoring, which I think worries me because I agree with you. It's probably my favourite of the three. I thought, yeah, very modern. It was probably the only one I could see tonight that I could see on the Eurovision stage. However, it lacked a little power for me. I don't know what else they can bring to it. I think it seems like a pretty open field this year, but
Yep.
I don't know if they'll win it. And I don't think they've really quite brought it as a lot of people expected them to. But it was still good.
I will agree with that because I did have high expectations of Kaska this year. Let's head off to Iceland and Songva Kepnen.
Yes.
Oh my god, it was far more wholesome this year. this
week, yes.
Let's have a talk. A couple of the qualifiers.
Yeah, so Friedrich Omar, who was formerly in Eurovision from 2008 Iceland, from This Is My Life, he got through. We expected him to get through.
Yeah.
He was probably our pick going into it before we saw the live of Hatari. Also, Tara Moby got through as well, which we really quite liked her. Haven't seen her performance. We'll have to wait and see the videos from this, but those two got through, which I don't think was a huge
I
surprise.
think they were the two expected to get through.
Exactly. So that was there was one wild card also got through from one of the semi-finals, and it was semi-final number 1, and it was Christina Scooby Baronsen. I think that's somewhere near her name, and she got the wild card spot. And I'm actually glad. I thought that was probably the right song to get into that 5-act lineup for the final.
Yeah, no, good to see. Coming to a culmination, I think.
Yeah, 2nd of March, the final will be on.
Excellent. Let's head off to Hungary. We're into the second semi-final of Adal. You were keeping an eye on this one for us. What was going on there?
Yes, good old Adele. I've been there from the start, and
you need to see it out. You
oh,
need to see it.
I do. It's like a marathon. Yossi Papai, who we know was in the 2017 competition, he won the semi-final today, and quite comfortably, including a 10 out of 10 from one of the judges.
Oh, wow.
So 45 points, which I think has been the highest. Another good performance, very much like his Heat performance. Very good.
Interesting.
Gogo S. Anyway, Gogo was really good. I really, really liked his performance. I thought it brought a lot of different elements. They used the floor so well as this LED thing. It was
two
amazing.
dancers were utilised to their absolute maximum. It was fantastic. very creative, really, really good.
Yeah, to me, it gave me winner vibes. So I think to me, it looked like Yossi or Gogo could get through. So
The song's quite interesting too. It's got quite traditional sort of vibes, but also it's got some rap in there. He sings. He's got kind of got it all without being a complete hodgepodge and a mess.
I was transfixed. I thought it was remarkable. Boggy got through, Boggy Nuggy as well, and Fatal Error also got the fourth spot, but had to be saved by the public. They won their heats in one of the highest scores, so they kind of dropped a little bit here. So they were one of the favourites, and they might struggle now.
Losing a bit of momentum, you think?
True, though, when it gets to the final, the jury always votes so differently than the heats and semis. Like, it's always so up in the air. So whoever they choose to go through to the super final, it'll be very interesting.
Yes, anything can happen next week. Let's go to Lithuania with another one of the marathons. Eurovision semi-final number 2 happened. You kept an eye on that one as well.
Yeah, we had a runaway winner today. It was a televote and jury win for Yurius with Run With Lions.
Okay.
Yeah, look, I think he's got a unique vocal style. He sings very high. He sings it well, but the song probably lacks a little bit.
Yeah.
But most of the songs of Lithuania, unfortunately, do this year. But he's definitely one of the favourites, I think. There was 3 other people who got through. We'll only talk about one of them, which is Monica Maria.
Oh, gosh.
So she's the one who had 2 songs in the competition. She brought another song in late. She got through last week. This week before it, she's told everyone not to vote for her song this week because she only wanted to perform the other song, Light On, rather than Criminal, in the final. Yeah. The Lithuanian people said, you know what? No, we're going to send you with both. So you get second in the jury, fourth in the televote. So it did drop, but easily got through. So now she's forced to sing 2 songs, potentially split her vote. But you know what? You make your bed and you lie in it. Because if you've got to have 2 songs, that's what happens.
This is kind of worst case scenario for her, isn't it? I mean, it's great that she's got into the final, but if she does split her vote, it could stop her getting through. I don't think it will.
No, I don't think it will.
I think Light On will probably get the ticket, but yeah.
It's a mess. It just shows you what a mess. What a mess. And it's unfortunate. Anyway, that is Lithuania done.
And we will have got their long-awaited final happening next week, which brings us into what's happening in the week ahead, Dale.
Yes,
I'm going to be rattling through this one.
Yep.
So tonight will be Romania. We have the Selecția Națională final. Been a good one, I think. What do you reckon about this national final?
Yeah, I'm really looking forward to watching it tomorrow morning. I think we've sort of indicated in our little YouTube preview for the weekend that it's a battle between 2, Laura versus Bella. I'm not on Laura's bandwagon because I want her to win, but I think she will win.
Okay, I'm still saying Bella Santiago might snatch the crown there, but it's been a good Selecția for me. I think they've got a good range of songs, so looking forward to the culmination there. Also during the week, Thursday, Finland, Darude will release his 3rd song.
Cool.
Excellent, so I'm looking forward to that one. Friday night, we will have Germany's national final, Unser Lied for Israel, will be happening, so we'll be up early on Saturday morning, no doubt. And then we move on to Saturday night in Europe, Hungary, the Adal final. Got a tip? Who do you think is going to win that?
I'm going to say Yossi.
Yeah, I know, and he'll be back for a second time.
I want Gergo, but Yossi might win.
Fair enough. Lithuania and their marathon finishes with Eurovision. We will also get the national final from Denmark, Melody Grand Prix.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about Denmark.
Yeah, everyone forgets about poor Denmark, apart from Australia. They're our best
love them.
friends.
Thank you. Send us points.
Also on Saturday night, we have the final of Vidber out of Ukraine. They always put on a good show. I dare say we'll be watching that one.
Come on, Maruv.
Okay, Maruv. Yes, please. Clean up the act. You'll be right. Let's go on to Sweden, also with Melody Festival in semi-final 4. Just a quick rundown. I've got to say, there's a lot of big names in this. Opening the show is Pagan Fury. Looking forward to a bit of rock opening the show. Closing the show will be John Ludwig.
Oh, yes.
Yes, he had a very good song last year. Another couple of names to mention here. Lisa Ajax is also in this one.
Oh, good.
Anton Hagman, who was in from 2017. And then we've got the old-timers, and I mean that in the nicest possible way.
Experience, Michael.
Experienced performance, thank you. We had Anne-Louise Hansson. She's coming back for her 14th Melody Festival. Still yet to win, poor thing. And then we have Avinya, I think it is. They're a dance band. Yes, they've been in it 4 times. They actually won in 1993 and came 7th at Eurovision.
Okay, wow.
So look, it's a pretty stacked semi-final to finish.
I'm looking forward to that one.
Yeah,
that sounds good.
Should be good. And then also on Saturday night we have Portugal. We'll have semi-final 2 of Festival da Canção. And we'll round out the week.
That sounds busy, but not as busy as this weekend. So we can kind of manage that. Interesting that we've heard virtually nothing about Germany so far. So that'll be interesting because they've got a backup from last year. And I would say the big five so far are kind of bringing it this year. The quality has risen from a lot of them. So Germany, are you going to let us down?
Yeah, well, coming off, what was it, 4th place last year? That's big pressure for Germany, actually.
Yeah, definitely.
Well, I think that's it for the week, guys. Thanks for joining us.
Indeed.
Keep an eye out. We'll do a bit of a preview video for the national finals that are ending.
Yes.
So give some predictions coming up.
Yeah, we'll do a weekend preview on the Friday on our YouTube channel. So just search Aussie Vision there to subscribe. And of course, you can get us on our socials, Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter, or Aussie Vision Net. Don't forget the net at the end.
Yeah, thanks for joining us, guys.
Thanks very much.
Have a good week.
See you later.